This is Indiana High School Baseball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Brought to you in part by Culver's Portside Marina, NEPCO, Crane and Equipment Services, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, and 5 Star. The KVB pregame show with Mitch Columbi is next.
It's going back, and it's going to be a home run.
5 Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 Stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5 Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5 Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Big time
That's the
hit,
game.
and that's going to be a walk-off RBI single. Swung on, chopper to third. Here comes the go-ahead run. It's over the head of the center fielder, and it's a home run.
Oh, my
goodness.
Homer. Welcome to the KVB pregame show. Now, here is the voice of KVB's WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
The new era continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight, 2 of our area teams clash as the Oregon Davis Bobcats host the South Central Satellites. This is Indiana High School Baseball. With us tonight, breaking things down and analyzing play on the diamond, our sports analyst, Kevin Hannon. Hey, I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is KVB's WKVI Sports. And we welcome you to Bobcat Field in Hamlet, Indiana, 46532. We are back for more as we are set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com as we get ready for our 5th baseball broadcast of the 2024 spring sports season. The Satellites started us off in Game 1 of the year, and now we will see them for a second time, but we have yet to see these Bobcats of Oregon Davis. When we look at the Bobcats, head coach Travis Minix enters his first official year leading the boys baseball program. They started their season a bit later than expected, as this is their second game of the year. They dealt with a couple of rainouts last weekend and played their first game of the season on Tuesday against Hebron. The Hawks had already played 11 games up to that point as the Bobcats were just getting started. The final saw the Hawks win 16-0. The Bobcats come into this matchup at 0-1 on the year. Not much to report on when it comes to stats for the Bobcats, as this is just Game 2 for them. Not much you can tell off of one game, but in that matchup on Tuesday, they did have 2 hits. They dusted off some cobwebs as they unfortunately had 7 errors on the day, something I'm sure they will try and cut down on here in Game 2 of the season against the Satellites. With us tonight, breaking things down and analyzing play on the diamond, we are honored to have former area baseball manager Kevin Hannon as our sports analyst. Welcome back, Coach.
Thanks, Mitch. Glad to be here. Beautiful afternoon.
It did. It was sprinkling a little bit earlier, but the sun is peeking through. Looks like we're going to be able to get this game in full. But from the quick rundown I gave us, your thoughts on these Bobcats?
I'm just happy to see them playing baseball.
Yeah.
I knew early on that they were struggling to find kids to fill their team, and glad to see Coach Minix for him and for all the kids just to be able to get out here and play. It doesn't matter if it's game 2, if it's game 18 right now, but they still have a month before sectional play, or 3 weeks before sectional play. So good to see them out here.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get a chance. We caught up with Coach Minix. You'll hear his interview in the KVB Coaches Corner. So he kind of tells us the story of what's going on here, and very excited about this season for the Bobcats. But we turn the page and look at the South Central Satellite. Skipper Brent Jones enters his first official season managing the well-known baseball program at South Central. The Satellites started their 2024 campaign against Wheeler on the road, winning 12-5. That was back on March 26th. They fell to Portage at home 4-0. Then on March 29th, before their spring break, they beat Whiting 15-0 in big-time fashion. Saturday, April 6th, they took a tough loss to Fairfield at home 7-0. Then fell to Plymouth on the road 11-7. They lost to New Prairie 13-5. Then we saw them take care of business against their PCC rival, the Tri-Township Tigers, 22-4. That's where we began our broadcast season on April 15th. After that game, they fell to Culver Academy 15-10, and since that time, they are currently on a 4-game winning streak. They beat Couts, Washington Township, and John Glenn. Last night, they went into extra innings against conference foe Morgan Township and won 1-0 in the 8th inning. The Satellites come into this matchup at 7-5 on the year and undefeated in conference play at 4-0. When it comes to hitting, Aaron Hogan leads this team with a .500 batting average. Right behind him is Tommy Sullivan, hitting right at a .467, and then rounding out the top 3 is Jackson Boss, averaging a .381 at the plate. As a whole, this team has a .297 batting average. They have 99 hits, 107 runs, and 85 RBIs on the year. Looking at the pitching for the Satellites, they have used 10 different arms through the 80 innings pitched. They have an ERA rating of 4.94. They have allowed 63 hits, 65 runs, and have struck out their opponents 102 times. Anything stick out to you about the Satellites, Coach?
Just that, this is a group they've been playing together a long time. They're senior loaded, and the 7-5 record is kind of deceiving.
Yeah.
They're probably a better ball club than that. When they get into the playoffs, they're going to be a tough out for anybody. They've got a lot of experience.
Well, we are expecting a great evening of IHSAA baseball action. We appreciate you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show. Taste the feeling. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere.
Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox.
Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989.
Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch?
Thank you, John Thompson. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963. We appreciate them supporting local high school sports. We are lucky to say no injuries to report tonight, as that is your Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report. Stay tuned as we will hear from Brent Jones of the Satellites and Travis Minix of the Bobcats after the break in the KVB Coaches Corner. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Stay tuned for America's Pastime with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is all about community and keeping our community spotlight shining on the accomplishments of our youth. That's why PMH is proud to be a sponsor of our local high school sports action on WKVI, our community radio station. Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home.
It's time to hear from the coaches in the KVB Coaches Corner. Here's Mitch Columbi.
All right, I am here with head coach of the South Central Satellites Baseball Club, Brent Jones. Coach, you're in the middle of a winning streak right now, 4 in a row. You got to be feeling pretty good at where your team's at. Of course, the last time we saw you took on your PCC rival, Tri-Township, took care of business 22-4. What's in store for the Satellites today?
Yeah, I'm starting to click a little bit. Like I said, last 4 games, been doing a lot of good things. Coming out defensively, throwing strikes on the mound and making plays behind them. Offensively, we putting together timely hits. I know beginning of the season we couldn't really string the hits out, but last 4 games we're starting to put some innings together, put up some crooked numbers. It's been good to see.
Got Gavin Gross on the mound I see for today. What do you want to see out of him?
Yeah, he's a guy that generally he comes out of the bullpen, but today kind of a sandwich in between 2 conference games. So we're looking for him to come out again, pound the zone. That's our recipe for success. Pound the zone and play good defense behind it.
Yeah, checking you guys out on Max Preps. Your top 3 hitters are hitting very well. Actually, a lot of you guys are hitting well. The average is just right under 300 right now. But when you got a guy in Aaron Hogan leading off for you, averaging 500 at the plate, how's that make you feel as a head coach?
Yeah, he's an elite talent. His athleticism is as good as you're going to see around here. Last year he actually took the year off in baseball. So him coming out here and doing what he's doing is really impressive to see out of him.
Message to Satellite Nation who may be listening.
Those Satellites come out, we're going to be ready to go.
Coach, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392.
All right, I'm with head coach of the Oregon Davis Bobcats, Travis Minix. First time we get a chance to meet, Coach. This is your inaugural season here at Oregon Davis. Just game 2 here today. I know you don't know much about this team. You're still working with them, but from what you can share with us, what's something we may see tonight on the field?
They're going to hustle. They're definitely going to hustle on and off the field. Hopefully we play the game right, minimize the errors, throw a lot of strikes, get guys on base, move them over, and score lots of runs and throw lots of strikes.
Let's talk about South Central. Do you know anything about them coming into this game? I know they're on a 4-game winning streak right now, probably getting into their stride right now. Anything in particular you're looking for from them?
I'm not sure. I haven't followed them. I'm just been more concerned of getting enough guys on our team to play ball. I'm sure they. That's where I'm from. I graduated from there. I'm sure they've got things figured out over there. But no, I'm just looking for our guys to compete against them. I know, they're a well-known program, and I just want the best out of our guys to come and, give their best to them.
Message to Bobcat Nation who may be listening this evening.
Come out and cheer us on, and give us some support. We'll greatly appreciate it.
Coach, I appreciate your time. Good luck.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hey folks, Auto Park Fort LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
Time now for the keys to the game. Sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen.
All right, as we get set for Indiana High School boys baseball action, what are your keys to the game as a South Central Satellite coach?
I think for the Satellites, being a non-conference game, I don't know how their conference schedule lays out here in the next week or so, but a non-conference game tucked in on a Thursday, he's probably looking at some of his kids, his bullpen kids, some of his kids that aren't conference starters, his 1, 2, or 3, probably looking at pitchers down the line, hopefully getting the younger kids in. some of the pitchers that haven't thrown a whole lot and get them to throw strikes.
All right, now flip sides. If you are the Oregon Davis Bobcats, what are the keys here in Game 2 of the season?
I think like Coach Minnick said, get these young kids, compete, play the game the right way, and hustle. That's all you can ask. If a team hustles and plays the game the right way, I think that'll be a bearer of good things to come this year for the Bobcats.
That's our keys to the game, sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. Time to sit back, pop open an ice-cold Coke and chill. The Coca-Cola pregame show continues. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Now it's time for the KVB starting lineups.
For the Bobcats in the field to start today, we will see Michael Baker in left field. Aiden McCallum is in center field and Riley Berg in right field. The infield shows Trevor Campbell at third base, Jason Blackburn at second, Drew Cooper at first, Cashton Swanson will be the shortstop, JT Stout behind home plate is the catcher, and Andrew Soroki gets the call to start on the mound for the Bobcats. For the Satellites, their batting order shows left fielder Aaron Hogan leading off, the second baseman Tyler Carr, first baseman Tommy Sullivan bats third, and the third baseman Zach Hanshaw is the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth will be shortstop Nolan Eaton, catcher Tay Falls bats sixth, center fielder Colin Ward bats seventh, right fielder Derek Welsh is at the 8 slot, and at the bottom of the lineup we will see pitcher Gavin Gross. That is our starting lineups for today. We will be back to get set for the first pitch. You are listening to KVB's WKVI.
Stay tuned for America's Pastime with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
The tradition continues with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
From Hamlet, Indiana, welcome to game number 8 of our 2024 spring sports broadcast season. To see the Oregon Davis Bobcats host the South Central Satellites. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. You can stay up to speed on local high school sports in this area by following us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X, formerly Twitter at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. You can listen to us on your phone. Just go to one of our social media sites I mentioned and tap the link on our page. We are literally in the palm of your hand. We pause for the national anthem. Every morning, join Rich Wallen on the WKVI Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central. Catch local news as well for our area with Kankakee Valley Broadcasting News Director Anita Gooden, who covers news on WYMR and WKVI. Catch our stories on WKVI.com and Max983.net to stay up to speed in your local area. We are proud to let you know the public address announcer today at Bobcat Field is Gabby Krause. We remember Gabby, of course. She joined us in the winter season, basketball season. She was one of our student sideline reporters. Good to see her taking the next step, being an announcer here among the baseball players here at Bobcat Field. So Gabby Krause doing a great job as the public address announcer. Our umpires for this evening are Rich Cartwright in the field and August Frieda behind home plate. With us tonight, we are honored to have sports analyst Kevin Hannon along for the call. And like I said, I'm Mitch Columby, proud to be doing the play-by-play as we are set for Indiana High School baseball from Hamlet, Indiana. Today's first pitch is brought to you in part by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac. We also appreciate them being the sponsor for the Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week Award given out each week on the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. Well, first up for the South Central Satellites, we're going to see the big-time hitter on this team, number one, and leads it. I mean, he's just doing a lot, Coach. Not only does he lead the team at 500 batting average, you were even mentioning he does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it looks like he just fills the stat sheet. 16 hits, 10 RBIs. Just crazy. On base or OPS of 1256, on base percentage of 600. Got hit by a pitch, 7 walks, just 7 strikeouts, over 40 at bats. So great start to the season.
Yeah, and then you hear head coach Brent Jones say he took Hogan had taken last year off. I mean, you just sit there and think about, my goodness, you take a year off, you come back, you just lead the team and everything.
Yeah, sometimes maybe you don't need coaching. Maybe it's just a little bit of ability.
Well, there sure is some God-given ability in this area, that's for sure. A lot of fantastic athletes we have the honor to cover. But we're so happy to be here in Hamlet, Indiana, to see the Oregon Davis Bobcats. So glad that they are able to get out onto the field now and play some baseball here just in Game 2. Like you had said, Coach, 3 weeks here before the postseason. It's going to be a lot of baseball for these Bobcats to get in, but I'm sure they're chomping at the bit.
Oh, absolutely, and just the chance to get out and play, whatever games they get to play. I mean, I look back at high school. I went to a small high school, Morgan Township in the area, and we had to forfeit our sectional game because we only had 7 players show up. So we only had 10 or 11, so it brings back memories.
Well, Soroki on the mound for the Bobcats getting his final warm-up pitches. We see Hogan getting ready to go up to bat for his first appearance of the afternoon. We also see skipper Brent Jones trotting down to the third base line. We are ready for some baseball. We had sprinkling rain a little bit ago, but it has cleared off, and we are so glad that we can get this game in as Aaron Hogan steps in. Like we said, Hogan, a 500 batting average on the year. Very confident. We remember him from the fall, one of our Tyler Roth WKVI Athletes of the Week. Scored 8 touchdowns total, breaking that school record in the fall. Now here he is in the spring. First pitch offered from Soroki is a called strike.
Good start.
For Hogan, this is his 41st plate appearance of the season. So that 500 average is no joke as he chops one foul down the left field line. Right to skipper Jones. Looking pretty good there.
Made a nice play down there.
Still got the moves. Hogan will step back in here. The 0-2. Low and in the dirt. Good eye from Hogan. 1-2 now the count. It's nice seeing pitchers take their time. You know, when you get to college and the pros, there's that pitch clock. But in high school, they can take their time. Here's a chopper down to third. Throws over to first to get the out. It gets past the first baseman, and Hogan will advance to 2. And he will stand in for a double on an unfortunate error, I would say. Correct, Coach?
Yeah, throwing error there. Third baseman made a nice play, fielded the ball, then just didn't get it across the diamond, short-hopped his first baseman.
That was Campbell grabbing it, getting it over to Drew Cooper at first. So close there, but Hogan stands in as the leadoff man in scoring position, and now we will see Tyler Carr step into the box. Carr comes into today a .240 batting average. It's his 36th plate appearance of the season. Last night, the Satellites went into extra innings like we mentioned in the pregame show as the next pitch offered is low and in the dirt, gets past the catcher. Hogan advances to 3, slides in head first, and he is safe. Bobcat catcher J.T. Stout fired it down there to the third baseman, and it just got past him. So now Hogan just 90 feet away, Coach.
Yeah, just right now, just need to hit a ground ball somewhere, get a run home.
The 1-0 from Soroki. Outside, ball 2.
Obviously, with a 2-0 count, he wants to do a little more than hit a ground ball. But hoping to barrel it up, hit a line drive somewhere.
Soroki deals. Just misses. 3-0 now the count. He likes the sign from Stout, and Soroki deals. There it is, strike. Carr let it go by just to see if it'd get in the zone there. So now a 3-1 count for Soroki to Tyler Carr. And he will end up walking Carr on the next offered pitch. So runners in the corners for the Satellites. No outs here in the top of the first from Bobcat Baseball Field. Tommy Sullivan, the number 3 hitter, will come up to bat.
Good RBI situation here for the 3-hole hitter.
First pitch swung on, and it just goes foul down the left field line. Sullivan, a .467 batting average, his 47th appearance. He has 9 RBIs on the season, and like Coach just said, an opportunity to add to that right here.
Yeah, and he hit that first ball right on the nose, just a little early.
Very tall individual.
He's a big kid.
The 0-1. There goes Carr to take 2, and they let it happen. So now 2 runners in scoring position. Good job there by Stout, probably to make the decision to just hold on that.
Yeah, he did a good job keeping the ball in front of him.
1-1 from Soroki to Sullivan. Way up top that time. Makes it 2-1 now. He delivers. Finds the zone, evening it up at 2-2 here.
Yeah, good job of getting himself back into the count. See if he can come up with a good pitch right here with 2-2 count.
Soroki in the dirt. Now a full count here. You like being in the box at a full count?
Yeah, I wasn't much of a hitter. I always was an aggressive hitter. I liked first ball I saw that I liked, I was hacking.
The payoff. And it will be a walk.
Hit by pitch.
Oh, he did get hit on that.
Yes. Wasn't sure they were going to give it to him. There wasn't much effort there to get out of the way, but he turned a little bit, took that one in the left shoulder.
So this will load the bases up, and now the cleanup hitter, Zach Hanshar, steps in. And we talked about Zach Hanshar, that first game of our broadcast season, was the starting quarterback for the Satellites. He's a very, very good athlete for South Central as a whole. He comes into today, Hanshar, a .257 average. It'll be his 43rd plate appearance of the year. He has 11 RBIs on the season.
Yeah, right now he's just sitting there as Coach Minix went to the mound to talk to his pitcher, and Hanshar's I think he's ready to go.
The Satellites came today with their navy blue jerseys, white pants, the Bobcats, red jerseys, black and white trim with black pants. Hanshar will step in, Soroki to deal. Finds the zone, Hanshar let it go. Bases loaded, nobody out. 0-1 count here in the top of the first. Satellites trying to do damage right away. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. He wanted that one.
Yeah, a little over aggressive right there. Swung the ball down in the dirt, but
0-2. Soroki ahead in the count here. Opportunity for him to get one out. Swung on, chopper to third. He'll throw home. It does not get to Stout in time. He bobbles it, and that allows Aaron Hogan to cross home plate for the first run of the afternoon. It looked like Trevor Campbell just tried to get it home to J.T. Stout just for the tag, but it was unfortunate they couldn't make it happen there.
Yeah, he just fielded the ball well again, just didn't make the good throw to the catcher there. Gave him a tough low ball to handle.
So bases stay loaded. We'll see the number 5 hitter, Nolan Eaton, step into the box. Eaton, a .278 batting average on the season. It's his 30th appearance of the year. Looks like he takes the first one for a ball. Eaton has 8 RBIs on the season. Opportunity to add to that here. The 1-0. Popped up, and it will go foul down the right field line.
And I was at South Central back 20 years ago, and it seems like since the 80s on, I'll bet you it hasn't been many years when they don't have an Eaton in the lineup.
Really?
Yeah, it's just
big family in that
good
area.
Good athletic family, yep.
The 1-1. Eaton pops it foul out of play. It's nice having you along to know the history.
A little bit. A lot of names I don't know anymore. It's been a while since I've been up that way.
Well, what have you been up to since we saw you? What was that, the 16th of April? It's been about a half a month. You had any fun? Anything exciting?
No. Watching baseball.
The 1-2, he gets a hold of it. It will stay fair. Back to left field. It will bring 1 run home. Now it'll bring 2 runs home. So both Tyler Carr and Tommy Sullivan will cross home plate. It's 3-0. And now 1 runner in scoring position on 2. That leaves 23 for the Satellites. Nolan Eaton for a 2 RBI single.
Yeah, good at bat there. He got down to 2 strikes, fought a couple pitches off, and then barreled one up and got hit a line drive to left.
So Tay Falls steps in as the number 6 hitter, takes the first pitch for a ball. Next pitch is up top. Falls lets it blow by. Ball 2. Two on, nobody out, top of the first, 3-0, the Satellites lead. Falls gets a hold of one back to center field. It will be gloved by the center fielder, Aiden McCallum, for out number 1. It keeps both runners at first and second.
Nice play there, McCallum. Had to move a little bit, come in and do his right, and made a nice running catch.
Now we'll see Colin Ward, the center fielder, at the number 7 slot. Ward, we also know another athlete at South Central, plays not just one sport, as he pops one up high, and the third baseman will make the out. Good job by Trevor Campbell to track that down. I don't think Ward I think he was trying to make a play on that one. He just unfortunately didn't get the barrel on it quite like he wanted.
He got a little over anxious there, swung at a bad pitch. Good pitcher's pitch, though.
So with 2 out, Soroki has 2 on. He's allowed 3 runs to cross, unfortunately, here. The Satellites pounced on him quick as he delivers the first pitch, a ball low. This is Derek Welsh in the box. Welsh named to our WKVI All-Area Boys Basketball First Team. The next pitch, looks like both runners got the call to steal, and they do.
Yep, double steal there. Gets runners second and third with 2 outs.
So Zach Canshar at third, Nolan Eaton at 2. The next pitch is popped up high, and it will fall right in front of the concession stand. 3-1 count here with 2 outs. Soroki trying to get out of this inning. Next pitch, low in the dirt. It gets past Stout. This will allow Zach Canshar to bring another run across, and it looks like Nolan Eaton will advance to 3. So now 4-0, the Satellites lead here with 2 outs in the top of the first.
Yeah, run scored there on a wild pitch. Runners advance. 3-1 count here on Walsh.
He deals inside, and he will walk Derek Welsh, making it runners on the corners now for the Satellites. The number 9 hitter, Gavin Gross, will step in. We'll see him on the mound here in the bottom of this inning. Gross, a senior on this Satellite team. There goes the runner at first to take 2. It gets past JT Stout, and Eaton will bring one across. So there's another run that crosses. 5-0 now here in the top of the first, and standing at 2 is Derek Welsh. Gross, a 1-0 count. Soroki deals. Swung on, back to Soroki, almost stopped it. It gets past him, and it will allow Gross to get to first. Welsh advances to 3. Soroki almost had a glove on it, Coach.
Yeah, it was a hot shot. Probably would have gone up the middle had Soroki not gotten his glove on it, but it dies in front of the second baseman for an infield hit.
So this will take us back to the top of the batting order. We'll see Aaron Hogan yet again in this inning.
Yeah, reached on an error his first at bat.
Fouls one down the left field line. It looks like they also sent Gross to 2, but he will have to make the trot back to first.
Yeah, first and third situations, it's pretty much automatic in high school baseball that at some point the runner at first is going to be taken off.
The 0-1 in the dirt. One count, 2 outs, top of the first. Satellites lead 5-0. Soroki, swing and a miss. And Gross will take 2 in that time frame. So now 2 runners in scoring position for the Satellites. Hogan, a 1-2 count here. And a foul tip, keeping it 1-2 now. Been keeping an eye on the Cubs-Mets series?
I have. I recorded the game today, so I'm hoping to watch it tonight when I get there, so I don't want to hear any...
I haven't heard about today's.
Okay, good.
Swings on a high pitch right to Campbell at third. Throw over to first, and they get the out for out number 3. So 2 runners left stranded, but 5 runs cross as the Satellites lead here. 5-0. We pause to come back to the bottom of the first. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. We go to the bottom of the first. Mitch Columbia along with Kevin Hannon. We're so glad you joined us for Indiana High School boys baseball action on KVB's WKVI. Well, the Satellites were able to put 5 runs on in the top of the first. Now the Bobcats have an opportunity to answer. Coach, if you're the Bobcats right now in this situation, what's maybe the message to your first 3 hitters here?
Just right now they should be getting a good look at the pitcher as he's warming up. Looks like he's got pretty good velocity. And just get in there and battle your at-bats. You're not going to get back in the first 3 hitters and get 5 runs right away. So just have to have good at-bats, get on base.
We will see Cashton Swanson lead off for the Oregon Davis Bobcats. Drew Cooper on deck and J.T. Stout in the hole. Cashton Swanson, another athlete we know very well on this from this Oregon Davis School Corporation. Fantastic athlete on the basketball court. Provided some exciting moments as he is the leadoff man, and really it makes sense. If you know Cashton, he's just really quick on his feet. So I bet if once he gets on base, you really got to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, usually, athletic kids, that's a good attribute to have as a baseball player.
On the mound, we talked about it a little bit for the Satellites, is Gavin Gross. He comes into today on the mound with a 6.00 ERA. He's 0-1 on the year, so this is kind of an opportunity for him right now to try to right that.
Yeah, he's just had 1 appearance, but just watching him warm up, he's got a live arm, and they're going to get in a spot, I'm sure, whether it's conference tournament, IHSA tournament, where they're going to all arms on deck at those points. You never know.
So Cashton will step in here for the first pitch from Gross. He kicks and deals. Oh, zips one in there, Coach. You weren't joking. We had a pocket radar at the Culver game a week and a half ago, and that was a lot of fun. Added another dimension. Gross fires that next one in there. 1-1 now the count. Making that catcher's glove pop. Dave Falls may have to ice his hand after today, as bunt shown from Cashton Swanson. Back to Gross, and he will throw over to first to get the out. Cashton tried to run it down, but no, Tommy Sullivan was there, and out number 1 for the Satellites.
Great idea. I love the thought process there of using his athleticism, get a bunt down. He just didn't get the angle right on the bunt and got it right back to the pitcher.
Now we see Drew Cooper will step into the batter's box. Gross goes right to work. He's not wasting any time,
No,
Coach.
He's out there turning it loose.
Been waiting for this opportunity. So first one gets up top for ball 1. Next pitch just misses downstairs. I mean, he's got to be throwing at least over close to 70.
I'd say he's a little bit higher than that.
It's got to be over 70 for sure. Foul tip over the fence, out of play. So 2-1 now the count to Drew Cooper. Finds the zone. Evens up at 2-2 now with 1 out. Bottom of the first. Gross looking strong here. The 2-2. Just misses the zone. Good eye there by Cooper. Drawing this at bat out. It's a duel here. The payoff. In the dirt, gets past, and he will end up walking Drew Cooper. So Cooper takes his base. And we go to the number 3 hitter, catcher J.T. Stout.
Yeah, Gross is a little bit upset with himself there. Let that batter get away, got ahead, and lost him to a walk. And that's any coach will tell you, that's the last thing you want to do. You give a pitcher a 5-run lead, you want to go right at the hitters.
First pitch offered, misses for a ball. We remember J.T. Stout in the fall. He was on the soccer team here at Oregon Davis. He was one of our Tyler Roth WKVI Athletes of the Week. Next pitch finds the zone, evening it up at 1-1 now.
Definitely working. South Central's pitchers out there working at a little faster pace than Oregon Davis's pitcher was. Just gets right back up on the hill and throws the next one.
Swing and a miss on the next opportunity, so 1-2 now the count. And he finds the zone. Stout goes down looking for out number 2, and this will bring number 7, Andrew Soroki, the pitcher, up to bat in the cleanup spot. Chopper foul. You're exactly right. South Central really not wasting any time.
Oh, he wastes no time. Gets the ball back, and he's right back there, gets his next sign. He comes right at him.
Kind of intimidating if you're definitely in the box.
Absolutely.
The 0-1 from Gross. There goes Cooper to take 2. It's a dribble back to the pitcher. That's Gross. He'll fire over to first and get the third out. Good snag by Tommy Sullivan. So a runner left stranded in the bottom of the first. 5-0 is the score. We take a break and come back. Top of the second is coming your way. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
This afternoon's broadcast is brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and helping continue this tradition on KVB's WKVI. 5-0, the Satellites lead. We go to the top of the second. Mitch Columbia along with Kevin Hannon. The Satellites got right to work defensively, really did a very good job.
Yeah, he did a good job. No hard contact. Got a couple balls hit back to him, and they're right back in the dugout ready to hit.
Looks like we will see the 2, 3, and 4 hitter for the Satellites, Tyler Carr, for his second plate appearance. Tommy Sullivan will be on deck, and Hanshar in the hole. It looks like Soroki's still on the mound for the Bobcats.
Yeah, he's just hoping, put myself in Coach Minix's position. Soroki threw 38 pitches the first inning. He'd like to maybe try to cut that in half this inning. With the new high school in the last 3-4 years, the high school pitch count makes a difference how you play these games, especially non-conference games. You like to get kids that can eat up some pitches and get you some innings.
Well, and we've talked to some coaches. I don't know if we talked about this when we did the Knox North Judson game, but I've even talked to coaches where they will think in the middle of that game, well, I better pull him now because we need him in 4 days' time or in 3 days' time for that game. You're almost thinking of the next game during the game that's happening in the moment.
You have to think that way. If you don't have a major league staff, a college staff where guys pitch once a week, you have to think that way, depending on how the game's going. If you're up big, losing big in the third, fourth inning, you got to think 3-4 days ahead as to where you have what you have then.
That just, I mean, that you really you got to be a sharp individual to kind of think about all the scenarios that really go involved with that.
What are you telling me? Coaches aren't sharp?
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Baseball
coaches are as sharp as it gets.
Definitely. More so than any other coach I deal with. I don't know many coaches that are thinking about a game in the next couple of days. Usually it's all about tonight. It's all about tonight. But in baseball, it's just, man, it's a game within a game within a game.
It absolutely is.
0-1 to Tyler Carr. Soroki gets ahead as he is looking to go to work here in the top of the second. Swung on the next pitch. Carr high back to center field. And it is gloved by Aiden McCallum. That's his second snag, I believe, of this game.
Yeah, great start there by Soroki. 2 pitches, gets a fly ball to center, and nice job of McCallum of, like Coach Minnick said, make the routine plays. Play the game the right way, and so far McCallum's done that out in center field.
Looks like we will see Braden Grass pinch hit for Tommy Sullivan here. And I think he may have got hit on this first pitch. I looked down at my page, and now he's trotting to first.
I looked down as well, so neither one of us were paying attention.
Yeah, I think he must have been grazed by that pitch. And now we will see Zach Hanshar, the cleanup hitter, step in for his second appearance. Grass, who pinch hit for Sullivan, is on first now with a nice little lead. Soroki keeping an eye on him. And now he will deal his first pitch to Hanshar. Gets a hold of it between third and short. He will advance Grass all the way to 3. He's going to turn to get 2, and it will be a double standing in. Zach Hanshar. He advanced Braden Grass from first to third there, Coach.
Yeah, and he showed his, Grass, I figured he could get to third. He has a little jump on as soon as the ball's hit, but Hanshar really showed his wheels there, rounding first and ending up at second base on that ball that stayed in front of the left fielder.
So now Nolan Eaton back up to bat. First pitch from Soroki finds the zone.
He's looking to add to his totals. Already got 2 RBIs on the night. Runners at second and third. Great situation for him.
0-1 count from Soroki. He kicks and deals. And it will stay fair down the left field line. It is going to be another 2 RBIs. Is he going to get a double as well? Yes. So Nolan Eaton gets a 2 RBI double. And you had just brought that into fruition there, Coach.
Yeah, and I'm sure he was aware of that too. It seems like when hitters get on a roll, good hitters, good teams, those certain guys are always up with runners in scoring position. And he did a good job of capitalizing on it.
Tay Falls now into the box. First pitch from Soroki up top for ball 1. Eaton got a nice little lead there off of 2. These Satellites are in the middle of a 4-game winning streak, trying to make that 5 here this afternoon. Next pitch in the dirt. Stout picks it up, and sliding into third safe is Nolan Eaton. He read it all the way to the glove, and JT Stout unfortunately dropped it, gave enough time for Eaton to advance to 3, and now he's 90 feet from coming home. Next pitch offered, ball up top. So now 3-1 count here for Soroki to Tay Falls. It just gets up top, missing the zone, allowing Falls to take his base after getting the walk. So now Colin Ward will come up.
Yeah, Ward flied out to the third baseman last at bat.
Runners on the corners. Swung on, pop back to left center field, and it will drop between the left and center fielder. This will bring 1 runner home. Turning to 3, sliding in safe. It gets past the third baseman. He will bring 1 home. That's Tay Falls, and standing in for a 2 RBI triple is number 5, Colin Ward. My goodness, Coach. It's getting away. 9-0 now. The Satellites are having their way.
Yeah, he hit that ball hard. Left fielder couldn't come up with it. And then relay throw. Had a chance at the runner going first to third, and they ended up throwing it past the third baseman.
So 1 runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the top of the second. First pitch to Derek Welsh is a called strike for his second plate appearance of the afternoon.
Yeah, he walked in his last at bat.
Soroki deals the next pitch inside. Ducking out of the way is Welsh. You realize how tall Derek Welsh is. He's standing maybe 30 feet in front of me. I'm 6'2", and he makes me feel short.
Yeah, Derek's a tall kid, takes after his dad. His dad was on one of my coaching staffs when I coached at South Central 20 years ago.
And now here his son is playing.
Absolutely.
Small world. The 2-1 from Soroki inside on Welsh for ball 3. Good patience by Derek. One of those athletes we've known about the last couple of years. Very good basketball player. He looked like a good baseball player as well. He swings on the next pitch offered. Grounder to third. Throw over to first. And it is in time for out number 2. But it does give Colin Ward enough time to come home. So it will be an RBI, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. RBI, good at bat. Gets that run home from third. All you got to do is hit the ball on the ground.
So that makes it 10-0 here in the top of the second with 2 outs. It's Gavin Gross, the number 9 hitter, stepping into the box. He fouls the first pitch off.
And Gross had a base hit his last at bat.
The 0-1 from Soroki. Strike call, just grazes the inside portion of the plate. So now 0-2. This is where Soroki wants to be, trying to get out of this inning. With Aaron Hogan on deck, you definitely want to try to make that happen here as it's swung on, and it will get past Soroki back to center field, grounder, and that is standing in for a base hit, Gavin Gross. And we go back to the top of the batting order for the 3rd time today for the Satellites. It's Aaron Hogan.
Yeah, right there, Soroki did not make a bad pitch. Put the ball in the outside part of the plate, and a great job by Gross, but just going with it and hitting it hard up the middle.
Soroki deals to Hogan, and he will foul this one down the third base line. He's shaking his head. Kind of slapped his bat, kind of saying, man, I wanted that one.
Mm-hmm. Had a pitch he wanted and just missed it.
So he'll step back in here. The 0-1. Big hit back to center field, and it'll drop in front of the center fielder. And now going to third is Gross, and he will get there safely. So standing in for a double is Aaron Hogan. He advances Gavin Gross to 3, and the Satellites have two runners in scoring position now as Tyler Carr steps up. Carr, another one of these seniors on this Satellite team, a senior-heavy Satellite team, I should say, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said earlier, this team's played together a lot, have a lot of experience.
First pitch offered to Carr is a called strike.
Well, Carr's in one of those positions right now that you don't get to be in very often. He made the first out this inning, so I'm sure going through his head he doesn't want to make the last out either.
Next pitch just misses outside, evening it up at 1-1. With 2 outs, 2 on, top of the second, the Satellites lead 10-0 here. Got out early and still working hard here. In the dirt for the next pitch, ball 2. The 2-1. And Carr believes he got grazed. Head umpire did not hear or see it. He's asking the infield umpire.
That always cracks me up. Guy's standing 2 feet away from the batter. He asks the
did
field
it graze him?
The field ump's only 100 feet away out in the middle of the grass. I'm sure, yeah, he saw it better.
He did not get hit, and then Carr steps back in and hits one through the gap back to center field. So he will get an RBI single out of the play. And I think Carr's smiling now. He realized, okay, I like that a little bit better.
Absolutely, and that's in that situation right there. You don't want to get hit.
So he brings another run across. It's 11-0 now with 2 outs here in the top of the second. We see number 10. Braden Grass, the pinch hitter for Tommy Sullivan. He will get a piece of one, a dribbler back to Soroki, underhand to first, and they get the out and get out of the inning with 2 runners left stranded. The Satellites lead 11-0. A lot of action here in the top of the second. We pause and come back for the bottom of the second. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, agriculture has been a cornerstone of our business for more than 135 years. Our personal relationships within the ag community run deep for multiple generations. If you're looking for a financial partner that knows, understands, and supports agriculture, I'd love to hear from you. I'm Isaac Blue, ag banker at First Farmers. Come into our Knox, North Judson, or Culver branches, or visit us online at ffbt.com when you're ready to talk about growing your operation. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
South Central having a heck of an afternoon here at Oregon Davis. 11 runs on 8 hits so far today. Oregon Davis only 1 error as we go to the bottom of the second. 11-0, the Satellites lead. Mitch Columbia along with Kevin Hannon. Today's game is brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winamac, serving Pulaski County for 44 years. Call 574-946-6894. Ask for Howard or Dean. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and being part of this wonderful tradition. Well, bottom of the second here, the Bobcats have an opportunity to get the bat swinging. And, that's kind of what head coach Minix was trying to talk to us about in the KVB Coaches Corner. He said, I just want the guys to come out, swing, get the bat swinging, trying to get into a rhythm. With them, this is only their second game of the year. You really just kind of got to get head first at this point. Just dive in and just get going, get warmed up.
Absolutely. It looks like so far Gross is going to come right at them. And I've told kids before, they give you 3 strikes in baseball for a reason. There's you can get 3 swings. It's okay.
Yeah. Take your time. Be patient. As here, stepping into the box for his first appearance of the afternoon, it's Trevor Campbell. He will take the first pitch for a called strike. Gross, still on the mound for the Satellites. Next pitch offered is a ball, evening it up at 1-1 now. Right to work. Just misses the zone downstairs for ball 2. He delivers. Ball up top. 3-1 now. The 3-1. Fouled off down the right field line, out of play. Gross, the 3-1. Swing and a miss, and going down, swinging.
Yeah, he just overpowered him right there up in the zone, and he's starting to find the rhythm. He's got that fastball grooved in right now.
Aiden McCallum, the center fielder, will step into the box for his first appearance this afternoon, the right-handed hitter. Takes a first pitch for a strike. Once Gross gets that baseball, it's maybe 5 seconds before he is throwing.
Yeah, if that. He gets it and right back at it.
That one got away from him outside for ball 1. The 1-1 to McCallum. Just misses the zone, now 2-1. Now it looks like it'll go to 3-1. It just misses. Tempting maybe for McCallum to swing, but he's been very patient. And he will end up walking McCallum, very patient at the plate, and that's exactly what you said to start the inning.
Yeah, he was patient there, and Gross just I don't know mechanically what's going on. He just got out of rhythm there that at bat.
So now Jason Blackburn steps in, takes the first pitch for a called strike. Blackburn, a very tall individual as well here. The 0-1 finds the zone. 0-2 now with one out, one on. Bottom of the second. Gross, the 0-2. Finds the zone, and going down looking is Blackburn for out number 2. So now we will see Michael Baker, the left fielder, step into the box for his first appearance. First pitch from Gross finds the zone, and now Gross is getting into his own here.
Yeah, I think he was probably a little disappointed in that walk earlier this inning, and he hasn't thrown a ball since.
The 0-1. Yep, 0-2. Right to work. Trying to get out of this inning here without allowing any runs. Ooh, in the hands. Oh, they are calling it a strike. So that is strike number 3 and out number 3 here in the bottom of the second. The Satellites are in control. They lead 11-0. We pause and come back. Don't go anywhere. More baseball action coming your way. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winamac. Call 574-946-6894.
Tonight's game is sponsored in part by McGrath Refrigeration, a family-owned business since 1967, and your local Armstrong Air Dealer. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs at 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right. 11-0, the Satellites lead the Oregon Davis Bobcats. Mitch Columbia along with Kevin Hannon. Just kind of been a tough afternoon for the Bobcats here.
Yeah, they just, for Soroki's thrown 65 pitches through 2 innings. Hasn't done a bad job. He hasn't walked a bunch of guys. They haven't committed a bunch of errors behind him. Good baseball teams can hit the ball and manufacture some runs.
So the first pitch offered from Soroki will be a ball. It just misses the zone. I think it got into the dirt, actually. So now we'll see. This is Charlie Smoker in the batter's box, and I believe it is the pinch runner for Aaron Hogan. Or where are we? Yes.
Should be hitting for Hanchar.
Hanchar, you're correct. Yeah. My apologies. So this is the pinch hitter for Zach Hanchar, number 11, Charlie Smoker. And there's a called strike, making it 2-1 now. So several guys getting opportunities here this afternoon for the Satellites. A little bit of a rest day for most of the starters. It looks like they also have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. Soroki will deal, swung on by Smoker, popped up back to right field, and it is a nice little blooper for Charlie Smoker, a base hit.
Just a little soft line drive between first base, second base in front of the right fielder, and it looks like a line drive in the scorebook.
So Nolan Eaton will step in with one on, nobody out. Gets past Stout, and advancing to 2 is Charlie Smoker. So he will steal second.
Yeah, good start to the game for Nolan Eaton here. A single, double, 4 RBIs, 2 runs scored.
The 1-0. Up top, ball 2. Just past 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central. We so do appreciate you joining us here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. The 2-0 from Soroki. up top. Ball 3 now. Eaton, very patient. Runner in scoring position. Called strike. And now 3-1 the count. Swung on and popped up foul down the right field line. So now a full count here between Nolan Eaton and Andrew Soroki. He deals. And he will end up walking Nolan Eaton. So now 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position. With nobody out here in the top of the 3rd, we will see the number 6 hitter, Tay Falls, step in.
Yeah, so far today, Falls has flied out to center field and walked and scored a run in the 2nd inning.
First pitch swung on, and it will drop in front of the center fielder, getting Charlie Smoker to 3rd. Also Eaton to 2, and now the bases are loaded as it's a base hit for Tay Falls.
Yeah, did a nice job jumping on that first pitch fastball and just hit a nice line drive to center field.
Now up to bat, number 5, Ward.
So Colin Ward will step in with the bases loaded here. An opportunity to add more runs to the board for the Satellites. Soroki deals, popped up high, back to center field. It will be gloved. Tagging up, though, at 3rd is Charlie Smoker, and he will score.
Yeah, it goes down for a sac fly RBI for Colin Ward.
So good job by him putting it in play, allowing Smoker to bring another one home. It's 12-0. The Satellites lead here in the top of the 3rd, and we will see Derek Welsh yet again this afternoon. 1 runner in scoring position. There he goes to take 3. Ball inside, sliding in safe. The runner at first, Tay Falls, will take 2. So now both runners in scoring position.
Yeah, and Derek Welsh, he was the one that was just warming up down the right field line. We might see him in on the mound here early or later on.
1-0 from Soroki to Welsh. Up top for ball 2. You're right. He was warming up and then was yelled at, hey, you're up to bat.
Oh, yeah.
Next pitch. Swung on, popped up high, and it will be over the dugout. And out of play. 2-1 now. With 1 out. 2 in scoring position for the Satellites. Welsh is hoping to bring them home. The 2-1 from Soroki. Swung on, chopper to Cashton at short, throws over to first, and he will get the out, but it allows Smoker to get, it allows number 23, Nolan Eaton, to bring a run home, and then sliding in at 3rd is Tay Falls, and he's tagged, so 2 outs in that play, but 1 run crosses. Do they count that run?
Yes, the run does count, but a great play by the shortstop, throw across, get the out at first baseman then turns around, throws back to 3rd to get the 3rd out.
Yeah, Swanson to Cooper at first, and then Cooper over to Trevor Campbell to 3rd for the 2nd out. As we pause and come back for the bottom of the 3rd coming your way. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration, your local Armstrong dealer, a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
We thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring this afternoon's broadcast. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. back at Bobcat Baseball Field. Mitch Columbia along with Kevin Hannon. The South Central Satellites are looking like the team we thought they would be coming into today's matchup on that 4-game winning streak. They are hoping to make that 5 in a row, Coach.
Yeah, they've had good pitching so far today and good offensive game so far. They're doing a nice job of making contact, running the base as well. And we do have a pitching change here as Welsh will come in for Gross. So Gross finishes with 2 innings pitched, no runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts.
So we will see number 5 for the Oregon Davis Bobcats, Riley Berg, the number 9 hitter, step in for his first appearance of the afternoon. And Derek Welsh will step on the mound for his first pitch of the afternoon. First pitch delivered is swung on and missed by Berg. Almost hesitated. I don't think he was sure about it, but then swung a little late. So now the 0-1 from Welsh. Swung on and foul tipped down the right field line.
Yeah, he was real late on the first swing. A little earlier on that one, so he's getting it timed up.
The 0-2 from Welsh. Strike called, and that is the first out of this inning as Berg goes down looking for a backwards K. Welsh starts this inning off strong for him.
Yeah, good job coming in out of the bullpen, throwing strikes in a 12-0 game. That's all you can ask your pitchers to do, make the other team put the ball in play.
Back to the top of the batting order. Cashton Swanson swings on the first pitch offered. Popped up high in foul territory, and tracking it down is the first baseman for the South Central Satellites, Tommy Sullivan. Or no, the second baseman, I believe.
Was number
Braden
10.
Grass. Braden Grass, who was in first for Tommy Sullivan.
Okay.
My apologies.
Yep.
I forgot. He is the pinch hitter. So he takes over first base. So good job by Grass to track that one down. We see Drew Cooper up for his second plate appearance of the afternoon. Strike 1 called.
Yeah, Cooper walked in his first at bat.
The 0-1 from Welsh. Popped up
Same
high.
play.
My goodness. And it will be gloved by Grass as the Satellites 3 up and 3 down here in the bottom of the third. They are in control, 12-0. We take a break and come back. Top of the fourth action is coming your way. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
The key to high-yielding crops is accurate and dependable soil testing. This is Andy Awald of Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Having the right information to make the most profitable fertility decisions is what Image Services from Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is all about. We combine cutting-edge technology and computerized record-keeping with a common-sense approach to soil sampling and fertilizer recommendations. Whether it be by management zone for field-level applications or grid-based for variable rate applications, count on Image Services by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds for your soil service needs this fall.
Mark's Body Shop in Knox is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. If you ever need collision repair, contact Mark at 574-772-7003. Mark told me they're hiring. Get your applications ready and turned in for consideration at Mark's Body Shop in Knox. We also thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. We go to the top of the fourth. Mitch Columbia along with Kevin Hannon. Turned out to be a beautiful afternoon. The Satellites, though, having their way. The Bobcats going through some growing pains today.
Yeah, and you know what? The thoughts going through my head now, number 7, Soroki out there on the mound. You know, he's pitched 3 innings in the 4th inning. He's not letting any frustration show on his face. He's getting the ball. He's doing his job. That's impressive. It's not easy to stand out there and give up 12 runs, throw 80 pitches through 3 innings, but he's doing what he's supposed
battling
to do. Absolutely, he is.
Well, and I mean, you got to admit, when the Satellites come into today, playing since March 26th, let's see what Soroki looks like in a month and a half time.
Yep.
You really can't gauge these Bobcats this early on in the season. For them, it wouldn't be fair. Second pitch swung on by number 46, Gavin Gross. It will fall in between the right fielder and center field, and standing in for a double is Gavin Gross, the number 9 hitter. And that brings us back to the top of the batting order for the Satellites here.
Kind of snuck up on me. That's Gross's third hit out of the 9-hole today.
Goodness.
So a lot of production at the bottom of the lineup right there.
So even though Gross started the game on the mound, Welsh comes in to relieve him in the third, but Gross will stay in that 9 slot. As the first pitch offered to Aaron Hogan is a ball. Hogan's had a day.
Yeah, he scored a run, reached on an error, and then got a single his last at bat in the second.
The 1-0 from Soroki. Swung on by Hogan. It was way up top, but he still wanted it. Almost like a meatball.
Yeah, it was up there at eye level. The ones up there at eye level, hitters like those because they're right. You can see them.
1-1 from Soroki to Hogan. Swing and a miss for strike 2. One runner in scoring position. It's Gross. Soroki to deal. Chopper to Cashton Swanson at short. Throws over to first. And he gets the out. My goodness. He beat out Aaron Hogan as Hogan gave everything he had to get to first. But a good job by Cashton Swanson to get it over to Drew Cooper.
Yeah, Swanson's showing off the arm there. He's got a strong arm. Long throw across the infield.
He's such a wiry individual. A lot of energy from Cashton Swanson. Oh, no, and it's going to get past J.T. Stout, and Gross will bring it home as he advanced to 3 on the Cashton Swanson out over to Drew Cooper. So now another run crosses for the Satellites. It's 13-0 here. Ball 1 to Tyler Carr. Stout has had his work cut out for him this afternoon. The 1-0 from Soroki. Strike called. Carr let it go by, evening it up at 1-1. You can just tell the Bobcats are still, shaking off the dust, dusting themselves off, getting rid of the cobwebs.
Yeah, and I don't see anybody hanging their heads. I don't see them, South Central scores a run. They aren't throwing their gloves.
Right.
They aren't throwing their hat down. They aren't yelling at each other.
They know this is just part of the process at this point. Getting the season started is here's a popped up fly, and it looks, Soroki's going to drop it, and it will allow Carr to get to first. He had it, and then unfortunately a bounce right off the glove.
Yeah, just didn't squeeze it in the glove, bounced out.
Swung on and missed the next pitch. This is number 10, Braden Grass. So 0-1's the count from Soroki. He'll step off the mound to keep an eye on Carr. Soroki deals. Popped up foul out of play. Makes it 0-2 now to Braden Grass. One out, one on. Top of the fourth, the 0-2. Staying alive is Grass as he gets a piece of it, but it fouls.
Soroki's still dealing, still throwing strikes.
He's just staying the course, like you said. Next pitch, swung on, foul down the left field line. Keeps it 0-2 here. Shout out to Sarah Steindl for tuning in this afternoon from Plymouth, Indiana. We appreciate the loyal listenership. Sarah is back in action. A big-time fly back to center field. Oh, and he had it, and it tips the glove. It'll drop, and it will advance the runner at first to 2, Tyler Carr. So standing in with a base hit. Would you say that's on air or base hit on air is Braden Grass?
Yeah, error on the center fielder there. He had the ball lined up. Just, again, went off the end of his glove.
Well, it was sunnier earlier for McAllen where he could track the ball down. Now the sky has kind of gone gray, almost white, to where you can lose track of the ball high in the air like that. So now a runner in scoring position for the Satellites. The next pitch offered gets past JT Stout, but the runners will stay at bay as he tracks it down. This is number 11 for the Satellites, Charlie Smoker, for his second plate appearance of the afternoon.
Yeah, had a base hit, scored a run back in the 3rd inning.
The 1-0 from Soroki. Swung on back to right field, and it'll drop in front of the right fielder. It'll advance Tyler Carr to 3. He is being told to go home, and he does. He will make it safe, and standing in for an RBI double is Charlie Smoker. He also advances Braden Grass to 3.
Yeah, he hit that ball hard. It landed just in front to the left of the right fielder and ended up bouncing past him.
Here comes Travis Minix for his second mound visit of the afternoon. I wanted to ask this. How many mound visits do you get?
You get 3. So on your 4th one, you have to make a change. You can make a change anytime. If you want to go out on the first one and make a change, no problem. But you get 4 free, 3 free. Everyone after that is you got to make a change.
Interesting. And it looks like Minix is going to make a change here. And it looks like we may see Drew Cooper here step out onto the mound. So Soroki's day will come to an end. And now Drew Cooper will come on the mound and get some warm-up pitches here. It looks like Soroki will then go. Looks like he's trotting to set.
Going to play first base, looks like. It's just, I believe, straight positional change between, Cooper and him are just switching positions.
Okay. So he will get some warm-up pitches in. Drew Cooper along with JT Stout as the catcher, warming each other up here.
As the sky, as you mentioned, the sky has gone from sun. Now it's getting a little dark. Starting to hear some rumbles behind us.
We were so glad we were able to get this game in right as I was setting up. It started to rain on the equipment, and I kind of freaked out. Luckily, I had an umbrella to cover everything. But since that time, it's been clear.
Yeah, been good. Been good. So hopefully we can get the next inning and a half, get it rolling.
Well, we have this opportunity. We remind you Kankakee Valley Broadcasting is going to historic Wrigley Field to catch the Chicago Cubs take on the Cincinnati Reds Sunday, June 2nd. Hop on a chartered bus at KVB headquarters and be chauffeured all the way to the friendly confines. Enjoy all you can eat and drink. Yes, all you can eat and drink as we hang out on the historic rooftops. Call 574-772-6241 during regular business hours to save your seat and join KVB for Sunday Fun Day. Should be a lot of fun. I've never actually sat on the rooftops. You've been to a Cubs game in the rooftops?
No.
No? I figured maybe you had when they played the Mets.
No, I've never sat in the rooftops. I've been to Cubs games, but never sat across the street. I'm a guy, when I go to a baseball game, I want to sit. I want to maybe spend a little bit more money, but I want to sit. I want to sit somewhere where I can see.
Understandable.
We've got Eaton coming up here, taking a turn at bat from the left side of the plate.
Yeah, I was about to say he was right-handed hitter for most part of the night. Now he's switching to bat left-handed to the right-handed Drew Cooper as he will deal his first pitch of the afternoon. It's swung on, fouled out of play. Always thought that was just so impressive to see guys switch their batting to be able to hit both right and left, that is impressive.
Yeah, it is. And you don't see it as much from kids anymore. I don't know if
fouls the next one off out of play.
To finish my thought, I don't know if they don't see it in the game, in the big leagues as much as there used to be. But, yeah, there was a time when kids growing up, when you played baseball, you always tried to hit right-handed, tried to hit left-handed, throw up balls and hit them.
That's impressive. Next pitch outside, Eaton lets it go by. Now 1-2 count. He looks like he can swing left just as effectively. The 1-2 from Cooper. Swung on and missed, and he gets the strikeout at his first. Few pitches on the mound here this afternoon. He gets the out, so that's out number 2, and now we will see Tay Falls back up to bat.
Tay's going to keep it in the right-handed batter's box, though. He's not gonna switch over.
Falls, the lone freshman on this satellite team. Chopper to second, throws over to first to Soroki, and that is out number 3 as the Bobcats get out of the inning. Runners left stranded, but the Satellites in control 14-0. This is the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning 4th inning stretch. Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning is helping continue this wonderful tradition on KVB's WKVI. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give third-generation owner Brian Hammond a call at 574-936-4660, serving the local area since 1936. We appreciate them and their support toward helping continue the tradition. This is the 4th inning stretch, sponsored by Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Culver's Portside Marina. Spring is here. Get your boat serviced and ready for the summer. Godfrey Pontoons, Yamaha Wave Runners, and Kawasaki Jet Skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Slip rentals, boat storage, and self-service fuel pumps will all be available this summer at Bass Lake. Call them at 574-842-5000. That's Culver's Portside Marina. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Mitch Columbia along with Kevin Hannon. The Satellites are having their way. We are seeing Derek Welsh still on the mound in relief for the starting pitcher on the afternoon, Gavin Gross. The first pitch offered was a called strike. The second one is fouled up over our heads and hits the parking lot. As this is number 35 for the Bobcats, J.T. Stout in the box.
Yeah, Welsh is 4th batter, and he hasn't thrown a ball yet, so he's being really efficient up there.
Next pitch, popped up high, back to right field, and it will be gloved by the right fielder, number 46. That is Gavin Gross, who took Welsh's slot in the right field position. So there's out number 1 for the Satellites.
Now up to bat for the Bobcats, number 7, Andrew Soroki.
So now Soroki will step into the box for the Bobcats. First time going up against Welsh. He deals, ball up top. Tay Falls, the catcher, really had to stretch to grab that one.
And Falls is not blessed with great height, but he really had to get up to catch that ball.
Swung and missed by Soroki on the next at bat. Evens it up here at 1-1 with 1 out. Welsh delivers. Soroki just a bit behind. He wanted it. Good cut.
And Welsh doesn't work as quickly as Gross did up there on the mound, but he's no slouch either. He gets it and throws it. And, a lot of coaches like that. Make your kid stay active. The fielders stay more on their toes. Everything's moving.
Ooh, the 2-2 finds the zone, lower inside corner, and it's a strikeout for Derek Welsh, as that is out number 2 here. They have just not allowed even an inch, Coach.
No, they're working. The pitching staff from South Central so far hasn't allowed a hit into the 4th here. 3 2/3. So that's always, I know, as pitching staffs, as coaches, as pitching coaches, that's always a goal. You're looking to throw no hitters.
Don't want to let anyone on base.
Absolutely. That's the ultimate goal.
First offered pitch to Trevor Campbell is a foul tip. Hits Tay Falls right in the face mask, but he's fine, as the next pitch offered from Welsh is a ball, leaving it up at 1-1. He deals and low in the dirt. Good eye from Campbell. Campbell digs back in. Welsh to deal. Swung on and fouled out of play. 2-2 the count now. Foul tip again. Little bit of a battle here.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job fouling off some tough pitches.
The 2-2 from Welsh. Inside, ball 3. So now the full count here, as Campbell is really giving Derek Welsh some work here, as now it's a chopper to second. Throws over to first, and it is in time. A good job by Tyler Carr to get it over to Braden Grass for out number 3, and we will go to the top of the 5th. The Satellites lead 14-0. We pause and take a break. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack provides all your printing, screen printing, and apparel and embroidery needs. Call 574-946-3551 and ask for Tina if you want to look cool like the KVB crew. We appreciate them and their support toward helping continue the tradition. Top of the 5th, Mitch Columbia along with Kevin Hannon. The Satellites having their way, 14-0. We see Drew Cooper on the mound in relief for Andrew Soroki, and Cooper in relief did a pretty good job at the last half inning.
He did a great job. Came in, got the last 2 outs there as Soroki was up with a couple guys on base, and did a nice job. Threw a couple breaking pitches, had a strikeout, got a ground ball to second. Did a tremendous job coming on in relief.
Well, here comes Riley Berg, Colin Ward, who he has had a nice afternoon as well.
Yeah, a couple RBIs, double.
Swings on
run scored.
Yeah, he swings on the first pitch, and it will fall over the head of the right fielder, and Colin Ward is going to dig in and turn for 2. It's a double for Colin Ward, as he is just adding to those stats.
Yep, couple doubles today, run scored, RBI.
So now Derek Welsh, the number 8 hitter, steps into the box with a runner in scoring position here in the top of the 5th. Cooper will deal, swung on, popped up high. Looks like it will fall in the infield, and it will be a single for Derek Welsh.
Yeah. I was just getting ready to say Welsh hadn't had a hit, but he's made a pretty good offensive impact today. He's walked 2 RBI groundouts, so he's, without getting a hit, he's still being productive.
So One runner in scoring position, one on first with nobody out. We see number 46, Gavin Gross, takes the first pitch for a ball.
Looking to keep his perfect day intact. First 2 innings pitched on the mound, and then 3 for 3 to start the game.
The 1-0 from Cooper. Swung on, and it just gets past the third baseman. And holding Colin Ward at 3 is head coach Britt Jones. Not trying to run up the score too much here.
Yeah, that's you get to a point in the game when you let some more kids get some at bats, base at a time. Just do the sportsmanship thing.
Back to the top of the batting order. It's Aaron Hogan stepping in to face Drew Cooper. He will deal. Ball up top for ball 1. The 1-0. Swing and a miss by Hogan. I'm not sure if Hogan has seen Cooper yet today. This may be the first time he's seen Drew Cooper.
Yes, it is.
The 1-1. Chopper to third. They throw home, and they get the out.
Nice play. Nice play by the third baseman to come up firing, and catcher put a nice tag on.
Yeah, good job by Trevor Campbell. Gets it down to JT Stout in time to tag Colin Ward, the advancing run. Keeps it 14-0 here. But the bases are loaded for the Satellites, and we see Tyler Carr step into the box. Tonight's game is sponsored in part by Todd and Josh Lawrence of Lawrence Farms. We thank Todd and Josh Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. 1 out, bases loaded, top of the 5th. Cooper to deal. Swung on by Carr, and it's a perfect job by Cashton Swanson at short to get the out. So that is out number 2.
8 for 10, so Sullivan's coming back into the game to hit for Grass here.
Now up for the Satellites, number 8, Sullivan.
So Sullivan was the number 3 hitter to start the game. Then Grass took over, and now Sullivan takes it back. It looks like he's going to bat lefty as well here, Coach.
Yes, he is.
Getting some extra swings in here this afternoon.
As much as these kids hit in the cage now, they've tried it, they've done it.
They're practicing.
Oh, yeah.
So Drew Cooper to face the now left-handed hitter, Tommy Sullivan. Dribbler back to second. Oh, he bobbled it, and he doesn't get it over to first in time, and another run crosses it, being Derek Welsh. So now 15-0, and the bases will be loaded.
Yeah, tough play there for number 4. He had to come get it. Slow roller to him, just went under his glove.
It's Jason Blackburn. He's seen some action here this afternoon there at second. As now we'll see number 11, Aiden McCallum for the number 11, Charlie Smoker for the Satellites. He had a really good at bat his last appearance, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he ended up getting an RBI there that last inning.
1-0 count from Drew Cooper to Smoker. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Well, I didn't tell you much there out there in Radio Land. He got an RBI, but I believe he hit a double past the right fielder.
He had a big hit. A 1-1 inside, 2-1 the count now. Bobcats trying to get out of this inning in hopes to take it to the bottom, where they will have a lot of work to do, or the game will be over due to the 10-run rule. Next pitch up top, ball 3. Smoker will step back in. The 3-1 is swung on and missed for strike 2. It's a full count now to the senior, Charlie Smoker. He comes into today a .250 batting average. He only had 4 plate appearances coming into this afternoon. And he will take ball 4 And they will walk, Smoker. Another run crosses, it being Tyler Carr. It's now 16-0. So now Nolan Eaton steps into the box. Swinging left as he started the afternoon, swinging right. It also looks like the Satellites have another pitcher in the bullpen warming up. And this pitch gets past J.T. Stout, but they will keep the runners at bay. It looks like that's number 3.
Boss.
Yep, Jackson Boss warming up for the Satellites. With 2 outs, bases loaded, Nolan Eaton digs back in. The 1-0. Ooh, swung on and just past the stretched glove of Trevor Campbell, and it gets by, allowing another run to score. Aaron Hogan brings it home, and that is an RBI single for Nolan Eaton.
Yeah, Nolan just adds to his totals on the day. I believe that's his 5th RBI.
Here's the lone freshman on this Satellite team, Tay Falls. It's a very, very heavy junior and senior team. But Tay Falls has been playing well today. As here's a chopper to second, throws over to first. And there's the 3rd out. As the Bobcats get out of it, they have a lot of work to do here in the bottom of the 5th that they want to keep this game going. They trail 16-0. We pause and come back. Bottom of the 5th action coming your way. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas, average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Zingo Express of Knox is a proud sponsor of tonight's action. Stop by Zingo Express in Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Expressway. Collins Insurance is also part of the broadcast, taking care of all your insurance needs. Jim Collins told me to tell you, call him anytime at 574-772-6844. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. Well, the South Central Satellites came to Hamlet, Indiana, to put up 16 runs on the Bobcats. It's all now up to the bottom of the 5th for the Bobcats to make some noise here as they trail in this one. Tough situation for the Bobcats as they enter Game 2 of their season. They fell to Hebron Tuesday night. Now they come in for their 2nd game of the season. Of course, the Satellites came into today 7-5 and 4-0 in PCC play. Safe to say they've seen a few more innings than the Bobcats. So it's kind of hard to judge these Bobcats right now this early on in the season. They're still dusting themselves off, getting rid of the cobwebs from last season. It's been quite a while since they've had this team out onto the field, but they are learning here very early on from a good Hebron Hawk team, and then they're facing a South Central Satellite team. If you're gonna you might as well just jump in head first and face adversity. This is how you get better, facing good baseball clubs like this. And I'm sure head coach Travis Minix has probably told his Bobcats, hey, this is the style of team we want to be. Maybe not exactly like the South Central Satellites, but we want to come out, we want to attack just kind of like these Satellites have today. As it looks like we will see another relief pitcher on the mound, number 3, Jackson Boss. He was who was warming up in the bullpen just a little bit ago. He will face the number 6 hitter, Aiden McCallum, as he steps into the box. First pitch is swung on and miss for strike 1. Right to work. Boss to McCallum. Strike called. From what I'm seeing here, yeah, this is Jackson. Sorry, I forgot you.
Oh, nice. Okay,
sorry, buddy.
He shut me off.
You're done.
Sorry,
Get out of here.
Land.
You're done. This is his first appearance on the season.
First appearance, came in, didn't waste any time. 3 pitches, got his first strikeout of the year.
So McCallum goes down, and now we will see Jason Blackburn, the second baseman, step in to face Boss. Swings and misses on the first pitch, and I'll tell you what, Boss has got some heat as well.
He's got a good arm, yes.
The 0-1. Ooh, inside, just misses for ball one. I think Blackburn almost thought about it, but then saw it was in on the hands there.
Yeah, a little tough pitch to handle in there. That one hurts, no matter whether it's warm or cold.
The 1-1's up top. Tay Falls really doing a good job as the catcher today.
He is. He does a nice job back there. And the best catchers are the ones you don't even know they're there. But
he's just not let anything.
No, the ball doesn't go to the backstop.
Popped up high, back to center field, and it will be gloved by the center fielder. I believe that's Colin Ward back there on the play for out number 2.
Yeah, nice running catch right there in the gap.
Now up to bat for the Bobcats, number 75, Michael Baker.
So Michael Baker will step into the box. They are down to their last out here in the bottom of the 5th. The Satellites have had control since the first pitch this afternoon. The first pitch offered to Baker is a called strike, and Boss goes right to work on the 0-1. Just misses low. The 1-1. Ooh, he got a piece of it, but it goes right to the first baseman, and that is Tommy Sullivan getting the third out, and that is the ball game. The South Central Satellites finish things off early in the 5th, 16-0. Big win for them. Tough loss for the Bobcats, but that's just game 2 of their season. They've still got some work to do. 3.5 weeks until the postseason, so they're getting a little bit of taste here of some high school baseball action. 2 teams in a row that they've had to face that are very good. Hebron being one of them, and now the South Central Satellites. I was kind of saying this while we were off the air a little bit ago. This is if you're going to come in late in the season like this, you might as well play against some of the better teams in the area to get things in gear.
I think so, absolutely. At this point, you want to see good pitchers. You want to see pitchers that have command, throw the ball over the plate. That helps your hitters too. You don't get better by seeing bad pitches, score runs, wild pitches. You don't get better that way. You get better by playing good baseball teams.
You see what they're doing, and you kind of try to emulate that moving forward.
And one thing about South Central, I've been in a lot of games like this, 5-inning games over the years, and not once did you hear anything.
No, you didn't.
But class. You didn't hear anything from the dugout, any chirping, anything unsportsmanlike. And that's first class. That's hard to do with kids nowadays. And, especially when you're dominating somebody, 5-inning game. And overall, just good afternoon.
Well, the Satellites will now move to 8-5, staying 4-0 in the PCC Conference, but a big win for them. We pause and take a break. We'll come back for the Collins Insurance post-game show. We'll also announce our Stark County Co-op Play of the Game and our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. That's all coming up next in the Collins Insurance post-game show. You are listening to KVB's WKVI.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere.
Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox.
Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989.
Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is all about community and keeping our community spotlight shining on the accomplishments of our youth. That's why PMH is proud to be a sponsor of our local high school sports action on WKVI, our community radio station. Pulaski Memorial Hospital. quality care closer to home.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show.
16-0 is the final as the South Central Satellites pitched a no-hitter against the Oregon Davis Bobcats. Quick rundown from what you saw out of the Satellites. We talked a little bit about the Bobcats there, but all in all, your thoughts on this South Central Satellite Ball Club?
They're good at bats up and down the lineup. Senior dominated. We didn't see their best pitchers today. We saw the 3 pitchers that had good arms, and just from I've seen Grass throw before. They have good arms at the top. They play good defense. They make the plays they need to. It's a solid team. They're going to have a lot of success here later in the season.
Well, for the Bobcats, it's definitely some growing pains right now, but like you said, they showed class, and they probably kind of know that it's just learning curves that they're going through right now. You even said it the first game we did, the Knox-North Judson game, you really can't tell a team by the first 10 games.
No.
You said after 10 to 12 games is really when you can kind of gauge the team.
Yeah, because, you look down behind us in the batting cage, everybody looks like an all-star in the batting cage. Whether it's off a tee, off a coach throwing the ball at your bat, you look great in there, but you need the reps on the field, and you need to see live pitching. You need to kids, when you put the uniform on, it's a different feeling.
Sure.
You can go out in street clothes and hit bombs all over the field, but then the uniform on, Grandma and Grandpa in the stands. It's a little different.
The radio's here.
Girlfriend sitting over there. Coach Hannon talking on the radio. Yeah. It puts a lot of pressure on you.
It changes the game.
Absolutely.
I always said when we were warming up, when I was in high school, we warmed up, in basketball, and you saw the radio guys setting up. You're like, oh, okay, we got to stand up a little straighter, make sure you get this layup in the layup line. You never want to let anybody down.
And then you realize that the radio guys are just old, washed-up coaches that don't do it anymore. So nobody to impress here.
Hey, I'm never coached. I'm not old and washed up.
I'm not talking about you. I'm self-deprecating humor right there.
Oh, man. Well, a big win for the South Central Satellites as they beat the Oregon Davis Bobcats 16-0. We will take a break and come back for our Stark County Co-op play of the game. This is the Collins Insurance postgame show, and you are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op play of the game. Let's return to the voice of WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
16-0 is the final as the South Central Satellites take care of business against the Oregon Davis Bobcats. We have an opportunity now to talk with head coach of the South Central Satellites, Brent Jones. Coach, you guys came out to work. You started off right at the top, and you never really looked away. You just made it happen today. What were your thoughts on this afternoon's ball game?
Yeah, we came out ready to go from the first inning. You put up a 5 spot there in the top of the first, and Gavin Gross came out and gave us 3 outs there. Walked 1 guy, but we came out. You put up a 5 spot in the first inning, and the rest is history from there. These guys came out swinging. They came out ready to go. So good job to them. You got some guys with you here. Tell us who you have. Yeah, I got Zach Hanshire here. I got Charlie Smoker, Tay Falls, Tommy Sullivan, and Colin Ward. Got a group of 4 seniors and 1 sole freshman here. So,
well, I'll ask you a question, then we'll talk to the boys here in a minute. But right now, you moved to 8-5 on the year, 4-0 in PCC conference action. You're right where you want to be, Coach. With the guys standing right here, where do you think the confidence level is at with these boys?
Yeah, on a 4-game winning streak here, 4-5. So we feel like we're in a good spot. We got 2 huge conference games here on tomorrow, Friday, and a big one on Monday. So we got to be ready to go. I like how we've been playing, but got got to be ready to go this week.
Who you got next?
Tomorrow we got Hebron, and then Monday we got Boone Grove.
So you're seeing Hebron, who Oregon Davis just saw on Tuesday, which Hebron is in the PCC, if I'm not mistaken. So you got a conference battle there. What's something you definitely have to see on the mound or in defensively for the Satellites?
Yeah, we got Braden Grass coming on the mound tomorrow against Hebron. I know last year they took us out, ended our season. So, we got a team that's hungry, that's excited to go tomorrow, and we're going to lace it up, be ready to go from the start.
Well, we'll talk to some of the guys here. Did you have a question for Coach?
I don't. Just congratulations. Great job today.
Thank you.
Yeah, big win for Coach.
One thing I did mention I was impressed with, and it goes for you guys sitting here too, a lot of times in a 16-0 game, you hear chirping. You guys did none of that. You were professionals. You're commended for that.
Yeah, good group, great group.
Raising first class.
Absolutely. And I've coached a lot of years.
Well, let's talk with Zach Hanshar here first. Zach, I'll be honest with you. We haven't had a chance to talk to you. We've known about you for a long time. Of course, you were the starting quarterback there in the fall. Just an all-around athlete for South Central. I know you guys are trying to get on the bus to get out of here, but real quick, how do you think this season is going? Do you like where this ball club is at right now?
Yeah, we got a lot of senior leadership, and we're doing good. We started off a little rocky with, not winning every game, but then we came out, we started winning games, and now we're hitting the ball. It started warming up. Ball started flying a little bit better, and pitching's been good. Defense has been a lot better than what it started out, and, we're just in a solid place, especially in the PCC and everything.
Yeah, keep an eye on you on social media. It looks like this group is just a bunch of brothers. Would you agree?
Yeah, we've been playing with each other and playing against each other since kindergarten.
Yeah.
We know each other, and we trust each other, and we just know that we can get stuff done, especially, and we have full faith in everything coming together.
Man, I'll tell you what, it's good to see you out here, Zach. I know you went through some issues there in the fall, but, man, I'm really glad to have you back, and you're looking good out there, buddy. Appreciate your time. Let's talk to Charlie Smoker here. Charlie, you came in. You had a really nice afternoon. Talk about your evening. What did you think you provided the team that helped the win today?
So, recently haven't been getting much swings, and that's fine, but finally got up there. Got my first hit that wasn't on an error. So that was nice. And overall, I'd say it was just a fun evening. A little hot out, but nice breeze coming in now.
You like playing with the rest of these guys?
Oh, yeah, it's a bunch of fun. Attitudes always.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys have the coolest unis. I mean, you got to love playing for the Satellites, right? Mm-hmm. You never know what you're going to wear from night. What are you playing? You guys get together and plan what the jersey combo is going to be for the next night?
So we usually do it after a game. We figure it out. Like someone's yelling at somebody, like, this is what we're doing, this is what we're wearing. So
you could probably wear a different combo every night, couldn't you?
Probably, yeah. Lots of colors to work with.
Well, hey, good win for you, Charlie. You had really good at-bats, and we appreciate you coming over to talk to us. Congratulations on the big win. Good luck tomorrow against Hebron.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you. That's Charlie Smoker on this South Central Satellite team. Who else? Let's talk to Colin Ward here. We didn't get to talk to you, Colin. Of course, you're one of the big basketball players on the Satellites team. Talk about this season so far. What are these Satellites? What is something you think we should know about this South Central Satellite Baseball Club?
We're very confident. It doesn't matter if we're down at all. We're going to come back and we're going to find a way to win the ball game.
No, absolutely. Who else on this team do you think needs to maybe have a light shined on them?
Honestly, everyone on the team.
Yeah.
I mean, for PCC, Colton Elkins, I'll shout him out real quick. If he doesn't make all-conference, then it's rigged. I'll say that.
Well, we had a chance to see Colton Elkins against the Tri-Township Tigers there on the 15th. Man, did he have a commanding performance. But, man, I appreciate you coming over to talk to us. What's the goal in your opinion? You're a senior on this team. What's a goal in your opinion for this team?
If it doesn't have a ring on my finger, then I count it as a failure.
I love this guy. He is good. Let's talk to Tay Falls. From what I can tell, the lone freshman on this team. Am I correct in saying that? Oh, you got a little bloody nose here. Boy, if I'm correct in saying this, from what I saw on Max Preps, you're the lone freshman on this team. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So you don't have to call me sir. That's my dad.
Okay.
So let's talk about being the freshman on this senior and junior heavy team. What's it like playing alongside these guys? Are you learning a lot?
Yes, I'm learning a lot. It's very fun with them. They're a good group of boys. And they let me right in.
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach and I were talking. You really did a very good job behind home plate. Hardly anything got past you.
Thank you.
Yeah, what do you think's the driving force behind that? Do you enjoy being a catcher?
Yes, I enjoy it. I started playing catcher when I was about 6.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Now, are they making you do underclassmen duties? Do you have to do errands for the seniors? No, they're being nice to you?
They're being real nice.
Well, we appreciate you coming. Big win for you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Satellites. Let's get you on here, man. Let's see. Let's see, Tommy Sullivan, we have a chance to talk with you. Let's see, you weren't the only one that did this, but you started batting right and then you switched to batting left. Yeah. What, are you just having fun out there?
Well, I play hockey lefty, I shoot golf lefty, but I bat and throw righty, so I thought I'd give it a shot lefty. I used to bat a little bit lefty back in the day, but not in high school, so I thought I'd give it a shot.
Well, let's talk about this team. What is something that has stood out to you this season? I mean, here we are. We're getting ready for the postseason. The draw was just the other day. What's something that we need to know about this South Central team?
We're constantly getting better. You know, this group of seniors have been playing together for 4 years, so game to game, season to season, we're getting better. So we're only going to be at our best here at the end of the year. Anyone
you'd like to say hello to this evening?
Just all the family and friends that support me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Tommy, I always appreciate to meet you. Good job.
Thank you.
Doing a great job out there on the diamond. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right. Several of the South Central Satellites, we appreciate their time. Getting a word with several of the players. Actually, the first time I've ever had an opportunity to do that, the postgame.
That's nice.
So it's pretty cool.
It's nice. Well-spoken young men.
They are. And in fact, Coach Jones had told me, he goes, hey, can I bring some of the players for an interview? And I said, yeah. He goes, they really want to be on. I said, yeah, bring them on over. Well, let's talk about our Stark County Co-op play of the game. Coach, what are you thinking?
I think it starts on the mound for the Satellites with combined no-hitter from Gross, Welsh, and Boss. So they threw the ball well, just 2 walks. I think it starts right there. Otherwise, offensively, there was a lot of little things, but the one play that won the game for the Satellites, I think if you can call it one play, it's just the 3 guys on the mound today.
Well, and I mean, you're not wrong in saying that because each person came in and did what they were supposed to do right after the other. I mean, if, like you said, that's what the pitching staff wants to see out of their pitchers.
And no matter what kind of team you're seeing in the other dugout, you still got to get up there on the mound. You still got to throw strikes. You still got to do your job. And they did their job, and the 3 guys that threw didn't have that many appearances this year. So
good for them.
Yeah, good for them. They did what they were supposed to do.
Well, we'll take a break and come back for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. This is the Collins Insurance postgame show, and you are listening to KVB's WKVI.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Mitch.
Time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game, given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson St. Pierre High School, who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. We'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-star.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5-Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Your thoughts on our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game?
Well, I think in the middle of the lineup there was a few candidates, but the one that jumps out to me is Nolan Eaton. Finished 3 for 4, walk, a double, scored 3 runs, 5 RBIs, and then he added an RBI single from the left-hand side in the left-handed box. So for me, I think all around he had the best offensive day for the Satellites.
Congratulations to Nolan Eaton on being named our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. We now have an opportunity to catch up with an old friend of WKVI's, Al Breifogel, who is on location for the Winamac Warriors Baseball Club. Al, catch us up. Who were the Warriors playing and how did the game end?
Okay, the Warriors were playing Culver Cavaliers. It was a makeup game. And after laying an egg the other night at Caston in a big conference game, the Warriors came back swinging tonight. They won 16-0 in 5 innings. Cody Wheeler, who's been fighting shoulder problems, started the game. He pitched 2 2/3 and only gave up 1 hit and 1 walk. And he's a freshman, and he also hit a home run that I think is still in the air somewhere. I'm not sure that it came down. So the freshman had a really good night. So Warriors are 7-4 now, 6-2 in conference. Culver drops to 1-9-1 overall, 0-9 in the conference. And the reason this game I think was so big was you got the big doubleheader coming up with LaVille Saturday at Winamac starting at 10 o'clock. So I'll be on location Saturday too, Saturday morning, and be making my Facebook posts. And you guys have a game Saturday, we'll hook up. So Warriors get a big win. I think it was a really important win tonight to get back on track after the Caston debacle.
Yeah, absolutely, Alan. And something we've kind of been talking about behind the scenes is Winamac is making their case in the Hoosier North Athletic Conference. The last time I checked, they were tied for first with, I think, like you said, LaVille, who they play Saturday, and North Judson St. Pierre.
Right. Well, we're actually tied for second now. We were tied for first for about 1 day. And then
that must have been the day.
Caston. Yeah, they're high school kids. And, you've done enough games to know. And, Mark the other night was like, I know he's frustrated. He was like, who are these guys and where did they come from? Because just totally the whole team was just flat at Caston. And then tonight, man, they came out swinging the bats and playing defense and got right back on track. So huge win for the Warriors.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time for the call, Al. Sorry we couldn't get you through the game. We were dealing with some things over here, but
no problem.
But we'll keep in contact and hopefully talk with you Saturday during that second game of the doubleheader in Judson.
Sounds good, buddy.
All right, thank you, Al. Right. That is Al Breifogel talking with us about the Winamac Warriors, a big win for them in the conference, looking pretty good. We've talked with Mark Hendricks. He's very excited with the way his program is going. Of course, Mark for all those years. He's got his boys working hard. But KVB Sports will be back. Oh, sorry.
And I thought it was funny right there, too. He mentioned about who are these guys? Where were these guys? Talking about Winamac's team the other day against Caston. I don't think many of them have their driver's licenses. So, you're talking about dealing with high school kids. Then you're starting to deal with 16-year-old kids. And, it's just.
And if I'm not mistaken in saying this, I believe they had beat Caston the night before with Brody Winsler on the mound. Or I'm not sure if Brody was on the mound, but the following night they did end up falling to Caston. So I think that was kind of like, whoa, where's this?
Yeah, and Blake has a good program down there. There's no shame in that loss.
No, absolutely. Well, we will see what happens. It's getting down to the wire. The pairing show was this past weekend where everybody knows where they are going to be come sectional time here in the next few weeks. But KVB Sports will be back in action this Saturday, like I said, to see the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays host conference foe, the Culver Cavaliers, for some baseball action. We will be going live after the Saturday Sports Line at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. We also remind you to join us each weekend throughout the school year for that Saturday Sports Line. We always have several of our area head coaches on hand as we go live at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central on 99.3 FM and online at WKVI.com. Hey, follow us on social media on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X, formerly Twitter at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Final word from you this afternoon, Coach.
Both teams, I think, got better today, and we'll just say it the way it is. I mean, South Central did what they needed to do. They didn't, come out here and they just took care of their business. I think Oregon Davis, they never, like we said during the broadcast, they never let down. You couldn't tell by looking at the dugouts which team was winning, which team was losing. And, they made some plays. Yeah. Their pitchers threw the ball over the plate for the most part. I think both teams got better. For Game 2, they will be just fine if they were able to stick with it and get more games in.
Our final in this one saw the Satellites beat the Oregon-Davis Bobcats 16-0 in 5. From all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School Baseball. For our sports analyst Kevin Hannon, our in-game announcer John Thompson, I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. We are Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School Baseball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Culver's Portside Marina, NEPCO, Crane and Equipment Services, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5 Star. We'd like to thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.